What is up, guys? Just a mechanic, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be explaining the 3 tiers of spray guns. Now this is basically going to be a buyer's guide for some of you beginner painters out there that want to know more about which gun to select. Now of course we have 3 tiers and it's all based off price. So we have the tier 3, the tier 2, which is going to be slightly maybe like the mid-range of the spray guns, and a tier 1, which is going to be your full-on professional grade spray guns. Of course, they all have a purpose in the industry, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So first class is the tier 3. This is going to be your extreme budget gun, super cheap, and it basically goes off of a price range somewhere around the $10 to $90. Now typically in this price range you're not going to get the best material out of your spray gun. Some of the manufacturing is going to be a little bit on the lower side, but for the most part this is the great option for getting into painting, getting to learn and building techniques on how to paint. So they do have their place in the industry as far as just getting your feet wet. Typically with these spray guns you want to eventually upgrade to the other tiers. What I mean by that is once you build enough skill in painting, you want to upgrade your gun, because what's going to happen is eventually your paint jobs aren't going to get any better. Although your skill level is getting higher, the paint jobs aren't going to come out as good as you would want them to. And also typically with these spray guns, since they don't atomize as good as some of the other tiers, you're going to have to put a little bit more work into it to get the results that you're looking for. Okay, so eventually you do want to upgrade from the tier 3. Now like I said, these are budget guns. Typically in this range you don't find super high quality. Okay, there are some unicorns out there that do present some quality, but for the most part this holds true. Now we're moving on to the tier 2. This is going to be your mid-range spray gun. This is a little bit better than your tier 3. You're going to get better atomization, typically a bigger fan as well, somewhere around the 12-inch fan pattern, and this is just a representation of tier 2. There are a whole bunch of other spray guns out there in the tier 2. One spray gun that I would mention in this price range is going to be NS Iwata Baleria. This would be in a tier 2. Now typically in this price range, in some cases you do have multiple tip sizes. Tier 3, typically you don't get that many options, and in some cases in tier 2 class you can also don't get that many tip sizes as well. So the versatility is a little bit limited, but you typically do get better results with a tier 2. Of course they are going to take a little bit of work as well to get that super crisp paint job if you're trying to spray glass. Now the price range in this is typically somewhere around the $95 all the way up to around $220, and this would be good for somebody that already has a little bit of experience painting. Alright, now we're going to move to the last tier, and this is your full-fledged professional line. This is the tier 1 of spray guns. Okay, this is your professional grade, and they very much vary in price range, somewhere typically around the $220 all the way up to, I've seen guns $1,200, maybe even higher, maybe around $1,500 for automotive spraying. Now typically in this price range you're going to get multiple tip sizes. At least in most cases you're going to get tip sizes, superior quality and finish, excellent aesthetic wise comfortability. you know, a great size in their fan pattern and great atomization. Typically on these guns, you want to just you want to have some experience, basically, because these do flow out a bit higher amount of paint, especially this plus that I'm showing right now. Just excellent. It has the plus technology, which basically is just, it's able to pump out just a lot of paint, just as well as the Techno Pro Light does have huge air passages and is able to just pump out a lot more paint. But you do want to have some experience, or else if you're a beginner painter, you typically don't want to start with these. You're going to end up with a lot of runs, and you know, you want to have some experience learning about paint guns. So in my suggestion, you know, typically a beginner painter is probably not going to get one of these guns, because for one, it's going to be probably the worst return of your investment. With the tier 3 class, you do get a very good return of investment. It's very little that you need to invest to get started into the painting world. But like I said, you do want to eventually upgrade to one of the other tiers. So that's going to be it for this video. This is basically just for people that have been asking me questions about what spray gun to buy. And it really depends on your needs and your budget. So of course, these are the 3 budget, based on price, 3 tiers of spray guns. All right. Anyway, I'm just a mechanic, and stay spraying, guys.